I used to think loneliness meant being alone, but that's not what it feels like. Loneliness is being surrounded by people and still feeling unseen. It's having family, friends, coworkers, full rooms, full calendars, and yet carrying thoughts you never say out loud. I know what it's like to hold everything in, the worries at work, the tension at home, the quiet disappointments that never seem to have the right moment to be spoken. You try to explain yourself once or twice, and something gets lost. Advice comes back that doesn't fit your reality. You nod, you thank them, and eventually you stop talking, not because you have nothing to say, but because being misunderstood hurts more than being silent. I remember trying to share what felt heavy with friends, only to watch the conversation drift back to their problems. What felt urgent to me sounded ordinary to them. So I began to wonder if I was the problem, if my thinking was flawed, if something in me was off. I would go for long walks alone, hoping the movement would quiet my mind, but my thoughts followed me everywhere. The noise didn't stop, it just got louder in the quiet. That's when the loneliness became unbearable, not because there was no one around, but because there was no one who truly felt with me. What I learned, slowly, is that when the mind is overwhelmed, it doesn't need answers right away. It needs rest. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is give yourself a break from your own thoughts. A movie, a book, something simple that lets your nervous system exhale, even for a moment. And then, when I had a little space, I began to listen more. Not to fix anyone, not to compare, just to listen. I realized how many people were quietly struggling too. Different stories, same ache. There were nights when I spoke into the silence. Not because I was religious, just because I needed somewhere to put the truth. I named what I was carrying. I asked for help. I didn't know how to ask from anyone else. And something shifted when I stopped waiting to be understood. I started telling myself, even if no one fully gets me right now, my life still matters. I still get to care about it. I set small goals. I chose things that made me feel proud. I stopped measuring my worth by how understood I felt. And slowly, instead of asking for someone to hold me, I began offering presence to others, not as a performance, as a practice. Because sometimes connection doesn't arrive when we demand it. It arrives when we become it. And maybe that's how loneliness softens, not all at once, but enough to remind us we were never truly invisible.